everybody, I am on our camera stand. Bam, bam, bam. Ching, ching, ching. How's 6 o'clock working for you guys? Okay, so I have got Gianluca. I know you hurt yourself, my boy, but could you just not interrupt my Italian Greek music for our Greek moussaka and Italian? Are we in the right spot, Nunes? So Bella's arms are tired, so we've got our little stand and she's managing the camera like that. Oopsie daisy, we are on the 30th, the last day of the month. We're actually supposed to have a New Year's Eve party because the first half of the year has been such a disaster. So we are on 47 episodes. And, okay, confession, I had to rush to my friend here and borrow a bottle of wine. So, kyk hierso, lekker Pandora's box. So I couldn't just run in and grab the bottle. So I'm going to quickly, because I set this all up before I left, and go and collect the wine from her. And had a quick chit chat. Haven't seen her in like have seen her like through masks and through the windows and so. And are you running the shower and playing on the computer? You know, you are not too old for a pakslaw, Gianluca. You see. Corporal punishment will happen in this house. I'll take him outside and footer him. When last did you hit your children or smack them or give them a pakslaw? Just we were bliksem dis kids. Yo. Anyway, I wanted to tell a joke. But now, ek het nou al klaar weer vergeet, die koppie raas. Anyway, so tonight, guys. Oh man, I hate when I forget something. Anyway, so cheers. I'm going to take a sip. It rained this afternoon here in Belito, believe it or not. The wind came up today. It was one of those chillo, cold days. And anyway, but we had a very productive day. Vilna and I got to be getting the videos uploaded to this YouTube. And at some point I will go and see what it looks like. And but yeah, big shout out to Food Route. I went and I spoiled my peeps today there. We made so the goulash that we're making tomorrow night, it was inspired by lunch I cooked today. And so because there was so much liquid, I made goulash soup into it as well. So I'll explain that all tomorrow night. And so I took it to Food Route with my emerkie, with a loaf of bread, beautiful French sourdough, and some dips. And I went and I gave them something. And I really, really hope Pranal and Judy and Emma and Ricky that you all got a taste of some soup. Is hierdie bottel nou nie pad nie? Anyway, so enough talking nonsense. There was a grappie, man, for heaven's sake. Shit. I can actually, I'm very bad at joke telling because I usually miss the punch. Anyway, but because it's a family show, ek mag nie vloek nie, so I have to like watch my mouth. And anyway, so ching ching. I'm going to quickly go through tonight's recipes. So we're going to be making a moussaka, which is Greek. And we're going to make the melanzane, which is Italian. And you know, I'm almost now half Italian because I was married to an Italian man. And we have these kids, I call them my boerewors pizzas because you know, mom's a Dutchman and the dad's Italian. So I have these boerewors pizza kiddies. So last night I showed you the amazing ready-made pre-cooked mince that you can buy from them online. And a friend of mine that's been watching the show went there today and she said she had a fantastic shopping experience, Elena. So thank you very, very much. And I'm going to show you. So this is the Napolitana. So here's your 2.5 kilos of ready-made Napolitana if you don't want to cook. So I'm going to show you two things to make with this ready-made Napolitana, which is your Italian tomato sauce, and your bolognese sauce, which is your tomato mince sauce. And one night I'm going to show you how to cook a proper mince yourself. I've got my ready-made or ready grated cheese, which you also can order from them online from Food Route. And I've got my Parmigiano, which is my Parmesan grated already. And my fresh parsley is just for look. And can you hear the music in the background? We're going to go themed every night. And over here, I have got my ready-made sliced brinjals, which I'm going to be using in both the melanzane and the moussaka. Now, I'll show you how to cook this one night, but it's very, very simple. This whole salt thing, it's necessary or not necessary. Either way, you just slice them into thin slices, fry them or bake them, and this is what the result is. And obviously, I want to just do a quick white sauce, which is this. All right. So because people say they can't cook, but you know, we can all cook, guys. Give yourselves a little bit of credit and, you know, back yourselves, man. Back yourselves. So, okay. So for the white sauce, so the idea is to show you versatility and freezer things so that you can make, bulk, and freeze. And save yourself time when you're working. And I know we're still in lockdown, we're like over 100 days. I don't know where we're going. And but anyway, a white sauce is basically your butter, which Food Route sponsors me, the beautiful First Choice. And all you do is melt your butter. So it's equal amounts of butter to flour. So if you're going to use a cup of butter, use a cup of flour. If you're going to use half a 125 grams of butter or margarine, you're going to use 125 grams of cake flour. And the general idea is, I remember being the first French word. No, it's not the first French word. A roux. It is this paste or this this Italian music is just too what's the word? So, and what I do, it's lovely anyway. So you make sure that your pot is very, very hot and your butter and your cake flour is nicely melted together. So equal amounts of that, and you keep your milk, whatever milk, and you make sure this pot is very, very hot. And if you add, it sucks it up very quickly. And you just stir, 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 and you just add. And that way you will avoid lumps by just stirring as fast, so not too much. And if you by mistake make a booby, if you've got one of those hand blenders, you just go stick it in the hand blender and fix up the lumps, or a food processor. When you stress, we can do this. Anyway, so white sauce is so versatile. Remember, we did the chicken pie with it. But, I mean, how quick is this? So I'll just add the cake flour and the butter already in the pot. And boom, there's my white sauce. It's a little bit lumpy, but I'm just going to, the minute it starts thickening, show my Jamie Oliver pots are a bit sut, you know, and they were supposed to be dishwasher safe. A couple of years ago, they actually replaced them for me, but I don't think anything in the dishwasher, even if you're washing your sharp knives, it's not very good for your knives, and even your glasses. But yeah, we've become a bit spoiled and lazy with these dishwashers. Oopsie. Okay, so there's my white sauce. Bam, done. Easy peasy. Okay. And if you add your cheese to this, you've got a cheese sauce. If you add cooked mushrooms to this, you've got a mushroom sauce. If you add pepper to this, you've got a pepper sauce. So, honestly, and with the schnitzel, these sauces, and if you add garlic, you've got garlic sauce. So, the options are legio, soos ons in Afrikaans sal sê. Alrighty. So my white sauce is nice and runny. I don't want a too thick white sauce because obviously the less milk you add and the longer it stands, it will just thicken. But anyway, there we go. It is. I hope you can see. It's very difficult for me. Oh, look at the steam. Okay. So So I'm just going to turn my stove top off, and if you're going to make this, you keep stirring, otherwise it will catch at the bottom and it will burn and you will have wasted all that ingredients. Okay, so let's just put this away. And now I'm going to just show you how simple to put together your moussaka and your... That music, it sounds like, I don't know if you ever watched that movie. What's the guy, the blind guy? Remember, Saint of a Woman. And yeah, it always reminds me, especially this, I think it was a tango or something. Alrighty, so let's first of all do the melanzane. Now there's no rules and regulations. You bake and make your own things as to your heart's desire. Now I found with the melanzane, which is eggplant, napolitana, cheese, eggplant, napolitana and cheese, that it might be a bit too tomato. That's why I always end it with a white sauce and then it gets baked. But you could add some lentils to add some more protein to it if you are vegetarian or trying to cut out on the meat. And so yeah, let's start with so you can end with the white, you can start with the white sauce or end, but your grilled brinjals, so you're basically doing a vegetable lasagna for starters, if for an easy description of that. And it just had the salt on it, so I'm just giving a good layer. And what happened to my spoon? Lovely. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just use a measuring cup, because this is this ready-made Napolitana sauce from Food Route. Like I said, I mean, it cannot be more simpler. And I always do my mixed cheeses, my mozzarella and cheddar. Thick dollop of parmesan and lots of eggplant again, and you do another. So can you see it's the same as your kind of lasagna, but obviously using cooked eggplant. And you can use baby marrow for this. Like I said, there's no rules. You do what you've got, and you think you box clever, you work. And this Napolitana sauce from Food Route is already seasoned. It's got the carrots, it's got everything that you would require for your and like I say, a base of, or a layer of creamed spinach, the lentils or chickpeas. You fry your chickpeas. There's so much to do. Okay, and then I end up, oh yeah, my parmigiano, and I just then put another layer. So this is like almost a kilo. So this little bucky can serve quite a lot of people. And then I just end it off with my white sauce. Obviously you can season this. Nutmeg in a white sauce is obviously, and just a hint, it's not a very strong, but it just gives it that little all I do is that, and I'm going to just actually do the nutmeg. Look here, this is, it's also very good, and my mom said it's a very good sleeping. You just grate a little bit of this over your white sauce. Falls back again. And you end with your cheese and lots of parmesan. And this goes into the oven. Bam! You can put some fresh parsley on, a little paprika, or salt and pepper. But you make sure that your sauce is seasoned, your white sauce you're going to season. And when you do your eggplant, you don't need much, because yeah, keep it simple. Salt and pepper does a lot of things. Alright, so let's do the moussaka. So like a lasagna, usually start with a base of white sauce. So don't worry about the layers and the levels. I will post it for you on our recipe channel. And so all I do is just layer or place the bottom of my dish with eggplant. And for this time round, we're going to use the ready-made bolognese sauce from Food Route. And you don't do too thicker layers, because the veggies is really, yes, my swim, so it's comfort your brand. And okay, and what you do, like I said, freeze it into smaller portions. Let it slightly defrost, bam it into 3 portions, it's 2.5 kilos, and take a day and cook, or prep a little small things so that the day that you need, your life is a little bit more simpler. Right, and then now I put my cheese. Oh, holy moly. And the cheddar and the mozzarella for me is like a nice combination of the two. And okay, and a bit of white sauce again. So in your Napoli, what you call it, your mint sauce, obviously you've got your tomato. Okay, and now we're gonna go with another layer of eggplant. And this is nice when this is seasonal, or eggplant. Don't ask me when eggplant is in season, but it must be around about now, because at the greengrocer, they're like, they're my little shop in Umhlali, 15 Rand a kilo, and they go quite far. But brinjals also suck up a lot of fat. So, right, so I'm going to end now with my mince. Oh my word, I've forgotten how amazing the moussaka. That's definitely going on the ready-made meal selection of my repertoire there at the kitchen. And okay, and now we end off with a white sauce. Doesn't this just make you want to dance and drink red wine and have a fire going? Some days winter is just... Okay, so this is the white sauce I made earlier. So you don't have to do too much. Just finish it off. And once again with your beautiful cheese selection. So it's your cheddar, mozzarella, and your parmesan. And guys, this will feed 3-4 people easily, but when it's so yummy, it might just serve 2. Okay, and that, my dear friends, is eggplant used 2 ways. And then I'm going to show you, I did the same thing. So eggplant, and all you do is straight into the oven on 180 for about 45 minutes. Because now remember, everything is cooked. So you literally just want everything to melt. So it's not even 45 minutes. This is like a half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. Then let it rest before you serve it. And so yeah, let me show you what it looks like now when I've taken it out the oven. And this is my real grano padano mozzarella cheese. Oh, not mozzarella, parmesan. It's quite a strong cheese, but it's so beautiful in melting with your pasta dishes and that. So let me just take a sip and pull the The one I made in the oven out. What is this? Pandora's box. Persian connection, a Shiraz. I need to invite a friend who has a wine, or this is a wine broker, over one night so we can discuss a little bit of wine with this cooking of ours. But let me just pull out the wowee. So look what I've done here. I used the same ingredients, my ready-made mince, my cheeses, my white sauce. What I did use, because I wanted to just make this for the kids, instead of the brinjals, I used those homemade pasta sheets we did a while back. And also it's nice when the pasta sits. You don't want to serve it immediately because otherwise it's very runny. But I'm going to now do what I do, my favorite part of the show, besides drinking a glass of red wine or wine. Look at the steam coming out here. Okay, that's a biggie van 'n vetappie. Oh, this tastes like Italy, honestly. Like I said last night with the nachos, you need the chippy, you need the cheese, you need the avo, you need the sour cream, you need the salsa sauce for you to get the whole experience when you eat. So guys, I can't see any questions tonight, but I'll go and answer them now. But yeah, just cheers. It's cold, keep warm. Tomorrow night we'll do the goulash. But these are really easy comfort food. Make them, freeze them as they are like this. Don't go and bake them and freeze them. Freeze them like this. Defrost in your fridge, or take out in the morning in the freezer and then bake it. Don't bake and freeze. Rather freeze it like this. And then just remember, you cannot freeze, defrost, freeze food. So be careful in that, with that regard, or to that regard. Ek weet nie, skus, julle moet verskoon. Maar anyway, yeah, I think that's about wrapping it up. Yeah, so a big shout out to Food Route. I hope you guys enjoyed that goulash soup. And we're going to have dinner now. So yeah, I'm going to just, Vilna said, try end the show with a food photo, not my horrible face going, oh. Because when I pause it, it just gives us the last impression. So I'm going to ask Bella to stop the video. And I'm going to say good night. Love you lots. Hope 6 o'clock is working better for you all. So let's try and do a final shot of our final product. And say good night. Love you lots. Bye.